Good morning, scholars. Happy Thursday. Welcome to another day of guided reading with Miss Rossi. We are in University of Chicago today from a special location. Here we are. We are cleaning out desks. We have posters off the walls. Miss Rossi has gone through and cleaned out your pencil cases, your folders, everything. I'm getting a little bit sad because it means that our year is coming to an end, but that is okay. I want you to know that we miss you. We love you. You're doing such a great job. So today you're going to get to do guided reading with me from our guided reading table in UC. All right, we're going to go ahead and get started right away. Oopsies, Straussy got tricked. Okay, today we're going to make inferences. We're going to make, good, and remember an inference is a guess. An inference is and we're going to make guesses based on the text. We need two things to make an inference. Pause your video and tell me what two things we need to make an inference now. Good, we need text evidence and schema. We need text evidence and schema. We need good, and schema is what you know. Schema is good. I want you to pause your video and tell me the sentence stem that you use to answer inferential questions now. Pause your video and tell me the sentence stem now. In the story, I read blank, so that makes me think blank. Good. In the story, I read blank, so that makes me think blank. That is our sentence stem that we use to make to answer inferential questions. Ooh, friends, I'm sorry, this formatting got a little messed up today, but we also are going to talk about character change. We're going to talk about, and remember, character change is when a character changes from the beginning of the story to the end of the story. So in the beginning of the story, a character is one way, but in the end of the story, a character is another way. So character change is how a character changes in the story. Character change is how a character changes in the story. Character change is how a character changes in the story. Nice job, friends. Now you can see in my picture, we have a little avatar, a little video game character of a girl who you can put different things on her, so you can change this character. That is like what happens in our stories, but a lot of times what changes is what's inside of our character. So maybe our character starts off really sad in the story, but then they end up really proud. That is a character change. That is a. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and read a book today about a character who's going to change because of something that happens in his house. So today our book is called I Broke It. Our book is called, and we're going to read to find out what happens in this story when our character breaks something in his house. All right, friends, now before you read, I want to make sure that you're reading through the words. You need to be, all right, I don't want you to guess. I don't want you to make words up. I do want you to try your best, okay? All right, friends, I want you to go ahead and get started reading these 2 pages now. Go ahead and pause your video. Nice job, friends. Let's go ahead and pause your video and read through these 2 pages now. Raise your hand if you think the dog's name is Ralph. Raise your hand if you think the dog's name is Rusty. Good job. I wanted to see who figured out that character name without my help. The dog's name is Rusty. The dog's name is Rusty. Nice job. All right, friends, pause your video and read through these 2 pages now. Nice endurance. Keep going. Friends, pause your video and read through these 2 pages now. Uh-oh, it's getting juicy. Good endurance, friends. Pause your video and read through these 2 pages now. Pause your video and read through these 2 questions now. Nice job, friends. Pause your video and read through these 2 pages now. Nice endurance, nice reading, or a story about Rusty and his owner. All right, we're gonna get ready to answer some questions. Get ready. We're gonna answer inferential questions and we're gonna think about character change. All right. Ooh. How did the vase break? How did the vase break? Go ahead and pause your video and answer that question now. Nice job, my friends who used text evidence. It says, it was silly to play soccer inside, and now there's a broken vase on the floor. So in the story I read, that the boy broke the vase by playing soccer inside. Friends, raise your hand if you've ever done something inside that was not so good and maybe something broke. Miss Rossi definitely has. Now we're going to find out what happens after this boy breaks their vase. All right, nice job. What was the boy thinking about when he was playing soccer inside? What was the boy thinking about? Pause your video and answer that question now. In the story, I see that Saturday is his team's final match, and he wanted to practice for the final match that he was going to have. So he was thinking about his soccer game. He wasn't thinking about the vase or being inside. He was thinking about his soccer game. But now he's in big trouble. All right. How does Rusty feel on page 5? How does Rusty feel on page 5? Pause your video and answer that question now. In the story I read, that Rusty jumps up and down and barks happily. So that makes me think that Rusty is feeling happy in the story because his tail is wagging and he is jumping up and down. And we can use our schema to know that when a dog wags its tail or barks, they might be happy. So we used our text evidence and our schema to infer that Rusty is happy on this page. Let's go ahead to the next page. What did the boy tell his mom about the vase? What did the boy tell his mom about the vase? Pause your video and answer that question now. In the story, I see that mom says, or that the boy says, Rusty broke your vase. Uh-oh. All right, let's go to a character trait question. Remember, a character trait is what a character is like. A character trait is? Okay, friends, on this page, how would you describe the boy? He says, Rusty broke your vase. So how would you describe the boy on this page? Pause your video and answer that question now. It says that he lies. And so what do we call someone that maybe doesn't always tell the truth? They are dishonest, or you could even say that he is being a liar. Remember, dishonest means not honest. He is not telling the truth. He's also lying right now. So in the story I read that the boy lies, so that makes me think that he is being dishonest or that he is a liar. Yes. What does it mean to scold someone? In the story, it says mom scolds Rusty. What does it mean to scold someone? Pause your video and answer that question now. In the story, I see that mom is looking at Rusty with an upset face and that Rusty is whining. We have talked about the word scold before in our class. Remember, to scold means to correct someone. So mom is not very happy with Rusty. She is scolding him or she is correcting him. Yes, very nice. How does the boy feel when he lies about Rusty breaking the vase? How does the boy feel? Pause your video and answer that question now. In the story, I see that the boy says, a sick feeling rises in my belly. Friends, if you don't feel so good in your belly, do you think he feels good about lying or not so good about lying? He doesn't feel so good about lying. Nice job if your voice was on to answer that question with me. He feels bad about lying. He feels bad about lying. Yes, because I know when I get a sick stomach in my feeling, it makes me feel bad about something. How does Rusty feel when he has to go outside? How does Rusty feel when he has to go outside? Pause your video and answer that question now. In this story, I read that Rusty hangs his head in shame. So that makes me think that Rusty, it feels shameful, or he feels sad or embarrassed that he's getting in trouble for something he didn't do. Remember, when you feel shame, you're like this. You feel disappointed or sad, or you feel bad for yourself. All right. Why does the boy try to think about something else? Why does the boy try to think about something else? Pause your video and answer that question now. In the story, I read that Rusty looks sad, and so the boy tries to think about something else. So that makes me think that the boy feels bad, or he feels sorry that Rusty is on punishment for something that he didn't do. I also know in my schema that when I am sad about something, I can think about something else to make me feel a little bit better. I know some of us are so good at thinking about happy things. I love that. That's what the boy's trying to do in this story. He sees Rusty sad, and so he's trying to think about things that make him happy so that he doesn't feel sad. Why does the boy say that sick feeling in my belly grows? Why does the boy say that sick feeling in my belly grows? Pause your video and answer that question now. In the story, I see that the boy can't help but look at Rusty. He keeps looking at him, and the feeling grows. So that makes me think that the boy feels worse and worse and worse about lying about who broke the vase. So the sick feeling is growing. So that makes me think that the boy feels worse and worse and worse about lying about the vase. Nice inferential question. Did you answer that with me? Really nice job. What does the boy do on page 12? What does the boy do on page 12? Pause your video and answer that question now. In the story, I read that the boy says, "What have I done?" And he tells his mom the truth. He says, "I was playing soccer in the house and I broke the vase." So he did something called fessed up. He fessed up. And when you fess up, it means you tell the truth. You decide to tell the whole entire story, and you're not going to lie anymore. So he decides to fess up and just tell his mom, "It wasn't Rusty, it was all me." What does mom say after the boy tells him the truth? What does mom say after the boy tells him the truth? Pause your video and answer that question now. In this story, I see that mom says, "Blaming Rusty for your mistake was wrong." But then she says, "Thank you for being honest." So she says, it was wrong that you lied, but it was good that you eventually told the truth. So at first, let's talk about some character change. We're going to talk about some. So in the beginning of the story, was the boy honest or dishonest? Tell me the answer now. Was the boy honest or dishonest at the beginning of the story? He was. In the beginning of the story, he was dishonest because he lied. Now, what is he doing at the end of the story? Is the boy still lying on this page? No, he is telling yes, so if he's telling the truth, he is being honest. Yes. So in the beginning of the story, the boy is dishonest, but then at the end of the story, the boy tells the truth and he is honest. Okay, now it's your turn. Ready? Scholars, how does the boy change in the story? How does the boy change? Make sure you tell me what he's like at the beginning and what he's like at the end. Go ahead and pause your video and tell me about his character change now. Okay, we just practiced this answer, so your answer should sound like this. In the beginning of this story, the boy lied about breaking the vase. At the end of the story, the boy decided to tell the truth that he was the one that broke the vase. So he went from being dishonest to honest. He went from being, very nice, dishonest to honest. All right, we got last couple pages. Oh, I got tripped. All right, we're still going on. Nice job. What was the boy's punishment for lying? What was the boy's punishment? Pause your video and answer that question now. Mom says you can't go to the soccer match on Saturday. How does the boy feel about that punishment? How does the boy feel about that punishment? Pause your video and answer that question now. In this story, I see that the boy wants to argue and say it's not fair, but it is fair because he lied and this is a consequence. It says, I made a mistake. I have to accept my punishment. So the boy wants to say, that's not fair. I want to play in my soccer game. But he made a mistake and that's his consequence. Nice job. What did Rusty do when he ran back in the house? What did Rusty do when he ran back in the house? Pause your video and answer that question now. In the story, I see that he shakes the rain off his fur right onto the boy. He shakes it right onto the boy. Why do you think the dog shakes the water onto the boy? This is an inferential question. Why do you think the dog shakes his water onto the boy? Pause your video and answer that question now. In the story, I see that he shakes his water right onto the boy. So that makes me think that the dog, Rusty, is trying to pay back the boy, or he's trying to make the boy feel bad because he's upset that he got in trouble. So he came in and he shook off the water and he said, because the Rusty got in trouble for no reason. So he was trying to give some payback. He was trying to give some payback to the boy. Nice job. How does Rusty feel about the boy at the end of the story? How does Rusty feel about the boy at the end of the story? Pause your video and answer that question now. In the story, I see that he jumps up on the boy and gives him a big lick. I can use my schema to know that when a dog is jumping and licking, the dog is probably feeling, yeah, the dog is happy or the dog likes the boy. So the dog has forgiven the boy. The dog likes the boy again because in the story I read that he gives him licks and he jumps up on him. So the dog and the boy are all friends again and hopefully the boy won't lie anymore. Now, time for my challenge question. My second grade question, my push question is, if you broke something in your house that was very special, what would you do? If you broke something in your house that was super special to you or your family, what would you do? Would you tell somebody the truth? Would you clean it up? Would you lie? What would you do? Pause your video and tell me the answer to that question now. If I broke something special in my house, I think I would first clean it up. And I think I would wait a little bit to tell the truth. But then I would tell my mom or my dad or my auntie or whoever was there, I would tell them the truth, even though it would be really hard. Because I like to be honest. And that's a really good thing to be, is honest. So raise your hand if you think you would also be honest if you broke something in your house. Ooh, a lot of friends would be honest. Raise your hand if you think you would clean it up all by yourself if you broke something. Ooh, so responsible. Raise your hand if you think you would do what this boy did and maybe lie. Yeah, maybe a couple of you would lie. I hope you wouldn't lie, but no, it's okay if you do, as long as you understand your mistake, okay? All right, friends, you are awesome. You are doing great, and I am so proud of you. I found this little whale who was saying awesome things, and I want you to know you are all awesome. You are doing such a good job. I'm so proud of you. I am so proud of your hard work. Please make sure you are doing all 4 YouTube videos today. Please make sure you are doing 30 minutes of Zern and 30 minutes of Lexia. And then also, please remember that today is Thursday. So we have our Zoom party today at 4 o'clock on Zoom. We can't wait to see you there. We will be doing a scavenger hunt party. It's going to be so much fun. So we will see you today on Zoom at 4 o'clock. We cannot wait to see your faces. We will see you there. Awesome, awesome job today, friends.